from a variety of places. He was up in some cabin as well for a period of time there at the beginning of the year. Man gets around.
Just mixing it up, change of scenery.
I like it. Well, Heroic now, speaking of change of scenery, it's going to be outside over here. Nice HE onto Refresh. A little bit of damage. Apex hoping to get lucky through that wall of smoke, and once again, the conditioning begins here by Heroic. They get that wall of smoke down. It's going to leave Vitality wondering, are they behind it or not? And yes, the answer is 4 players for Heroic, moving down Secret. It's down on the flank. I like Stouden delayed here. He's going to be the one to catch anybody rotating down to Secret when Vitality decide that they have to get a player down here. So we'll see this soon here. Zywoo's going to spot him soon.
Oh!
Nice shot. Cadian nearly taking Zywoo out.
Okay, he's up against it now. Unable to hold on to the choke point there. That was, he was left wanting with the timing of that smoke grenade. And this may get worse, indeed it will for Vitality. They suddenly get deleted.
And Shox is stuck outside by Stouden.
How strange.
They've been dueling out here for the past 10 seconds. So Stouden, the delayed lurk from him is just perfect. Shoxy can't do anything to help his team.
Oh, there he is. Oh,
It's a kill,
Shox
but
will survive
will
now.
not survive.
Yeah. I'm already regretting my pick of Vitality in the series.
It's 2 rounds in, James.
Yeah, it is. Do you know what? I'm really excited for the upcoming major because I think it's going to be so interesting versus previous majors. You know, we had Astralis Dominance and so on. I feel like this one's going to feel really wide open for me.
Okay.
You know, and I think it's going to be very stimulating to just every single match to try and figure out who's most likely to win and so on. I'm very excited. Perhaps it's the start of a new era in Counter-Strike. The next major, the Avicii Stadium.
Yes, renamed recently, actually, so no longer the Ericsson Globe.
Yeah, that's quite nice, I think. What's not nice for Vitality, though, is that they have been reset in their pistol round. It's an opening kill.
Wow, what a shot
from their perspective. Very nice shot indeed, but it's still a man disadvantage. Shock spotting one by Squeaky, but he's kind of stuck now at CT Vent. He's got some help on the way, but they are very limited in where they can go at this point, Vitality. Well, he's managed to escape. 1 minute 10 on the clock. Masuta considering his options. There's no one downstairs for Vitality. Masuta with the only rifle at present. 5 for 1. His stats are not too shabby just yet. That's a great transfer from Refresh. Definitely one to watch on the side of Heroic.
Definitely the one you want to put multi-frags on if you're playing the fantasy at all. I usually pick him and I'll put multi-frags on him and he gets good points. He gets good points for me. Refresh is a savage. Nicely done. Refresh. Triple kill in the round. And, well, off to a strong start here, Heroic. They lost the pistol, but they've regained control of the situation very quickly here. Shush, fantastic interview with him the other day at the blind spot. Got like a halfway sheesh out of him. It was great.
You don't hear me doing that stuff.
Well played, Launders.
I've never dabbed ever, by the way.
You haven't?
No, I refuse.
You refuse?
Absolutely.
You draw the line?
Yeah.
You'll wear lipstick, but you won't dab.
I regret that as well, Semla. I needed you. Where were you? Where were you, Semla? You weren't here when I was getting...
I played the game.
I was like, if you were here, I wouldn't be like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. I was so uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't know how the ladies do it and the dudes who do.
It's definitely, a task.
Yeah, that's one picture I'm not putting on my Instagram.
Look at this lurk. They have worked their way out onto the upper side and figured out that nobody is here. Vitality stacked up outside. Let's see if Cadian walks into this. He is the one you want to walk into this. He's got the deagle, so who cares if he dies? Yep, so all the execution. That is so sick. Not every day we see a setup like that. So some clever stuff getting shown there by Vitality, but it is still going to be a round win for Heroic.
I'm really curious how many bullets he absorbed just then.
Yeah, seriously.
Because versus Armor, USP kind of sucks.
But he insta-died.
Yep.
So I'm really curious. Yeah, that's a really good point. Apex is going to be able to get out of here. He is actually just backing off with the Deeg. I mean, I like this, though, from Vitality. Back off. You've only got USPs. Don't give him bonus money.
No farming to be done.
No farming, no bonus money here for Heroic. It's going to be a round in which they don't really make too much, but they'll still manage to pick up 3 rounds now on this T side of Nuke, beginning here. And looking very good. And I'm so curious to see how the rest of this pans out. I'm very curious indeed. Because the last map was left up for Vitality to decide. I thought Heroic were going to pick... well, unfortunately, Heroic did not go first in the veto. So the way that it went down, because otherwise we would have had Vertigo as a third. But Cadian, you know, he vetoed Vertigo, and then he did a winky face. And then let Xtaz decide which was going to be the last map between Mirage and Inferno. I think Cadian kind of saying, like, yeah, you're screwed either way, so pick your poison. But...
Definitely an uphill struggle here for Vitality.
I like the bant's already kicking off in the veto.
Nuke's always going to be hard versus the likes of Heroic. Moving from strength to strength, and here comes an execute into this A box. That box has been dropped, however. Kyojin and Shots delivering. Nice spray through. T-Vent, and down goes down. Man advantage is increased for Vitality, and the trades are here as well. Masuta and Apex will hold. 2 AKs collected, an expensive round for them, but a round nonetheless. And there are the butterflies on the door of Apex. I think that's where he lives.
Indeed. I think this looks like...
I want butterflies on my...
You want butterflies
door.
on your door?
Actually, I want a door handle on my door. I'll break the door handle.
Yeah, let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
Of a functioning door.
Yeah.
So a door handle.
I have
good place to
pliers.
start.
I have pliers in my room, so I don't get stuck in there forever and die. You know.
So what? You have the pliers on what? On the.
I just ripped the handle off.
Okay.
I ripped the handle off.
So you just got.
And then I fixed it. And then this one time I raged and I threw my headset and I hit the handle and the handle fell off again.
And the
So
headset survived, James.
I've got, yeah, it did actually. I've got this over-engineered one.
It's a well-played. I mean, it's a well-built headset.
I have door handle problems.
So I expect to see a lot of this from Heroic, a lot of upper hits. I mean, this is where Kyojin has been posted up. Shoxy literally saving Vitality there. If he doesn't get that double, I think Heroic are able to control that upper site, and the retake doesn't happen for Vitality. So Heroic's on an individual level there from Shoxy to make the difference on that CT round. But again, Kyojin has been showing that he's having a little bit of difficulty getting settled in here on this upper site. And so we may see Heroic try and test this over and over again this half, really see if they can't find and exploit the weakness.
Heroic moving very quickly indeed. Trying to pull Vitality out of position. Zywoo with a nice spray through the smoke. Not spoke, that's a wheel. And Tessus will elevate. Well, this has been a very fast-moving round towards the outside, and my question is, how do Vitality respond to this? Yes, they've got a 5 versus 4, but they need to defend position. Zywoo's doing that. Weren't expecting these pigs, it looks like, Heroic, and it's looking great for Vitality. 5 versus 1, despite the surge outside. There's nothing to show for it for Heroic. They don't even have the bombs. Zywoo's standing on it, basically. As Stound's left in the lobby in the anti-eco position. This is where you want to stand when you're getting rushed by an ecoing CT side, so you can fall back. But that's not really the situation that Stound is in. It's much worse than that.
It is, especially because they're about to donate a bunch of AKs over. Hopefully you can kill off one of these guys, at least do a little bit of economic damage here. Apex on the flank is going to walk right into him in a moment here. It feels to me like Heroic, we're kind of just trying to change things up there. Very quick play. Nicely done there by Stan. But Heroic, we're trying to... It felt like an off-the-cuff kind of strategy from them. And Zywoo was just ready for it and put some shots through that smoke. And that kind of threw things out of whack there for Heroic.
Yeah, Zywoo peeks from Hell because he can't peek from Hell after the initial engagement, which is why Heroic take it for granted. And his timing is such that they just re-emerge and don't give it up for free. Play against expectation. And find themselves at a tied score, 3-3. The money's looking a little interesting now for Heroic. They can buy in this round, but now it's a time where they need to be successful. And then a re-pick afterwards, catching Cadian off guard. Masuta swinging out from the bottom. It just goes from bad to worse for Heroic there. 2 rounds in a row now for Vitality, making up for having lost the second round post winning the pistol.
Really coming back into it. Now I'm wondering if we go back to the basics here for Heroic. 3 outside, 2 in lobby, bit of a wall bang if anybody was trying to hold from main. And Zywoo posted up outside. It's a lot, or that was through main, in fact. So Kyojin and Stound kind of dueling over there. But in the meantime, that smoke has gone down in yard. That's created that wall that's allowed Heroic to work their way down secret again. Stound and Cadian just kind of hanging back here in lobby. They'll be the ones to catch out the rotates. But this is allowed for ZywOo to rotate down, and so he'll be the first point of contact again. It seems like that is really his role here for Vitality on this CT side. First point of contact down in the halls. And Apex is now rotated around, as we can see here, to watch yard to see if there's going to be a late lurk again. But now 50 minutes, or 50 seconds, Vitality needs to push through and get some information somewhere. That's going to be Kyojin and Shox working to get an idea of whether or not anybody's here in lobby. And ZywOo missing the shot. Uncharacteristic miss from ZywOo.
There's mollies for the... Pretty heavily tagged are multiple players. However, 2 versus 4 is simply a situation where you have to consider saving. And it looks like Vitality might do exactly that. We saw some grenades thrown into the A bomb site, perhaps to suggest some aggression in that direction, but ultimately it was the B play with a 3-man swing from Heroic. So we may be starting cold. If it goes 3 maps, I'd imagine we'll see a very different look from him in terms of that flick of the AWP. But Heroic will be back in the lead. Home territory for them, Heroic on Nuke.
It's a weird angle for him. You can see ZywOo's having to get in his own head, start playing some weird angles. He's going to trade it up. And so teams, when they face against each other, there's going to be info as to like where particular players like to hold, what are their favorite spots. You can check heat maps, you can check demos, you can just see. And so the name of the game is to try and stay ahead of what your opponents think you're going to do by changing up your positioning. And so ZywOo there in a weird off angle, just hoping to get clever. And it kind of backfired on him there. Heroic were able to just chase him down after he missed that shot. So unfortunate turn of events there for ZywOo. We'll see if he's a little bit more straightforward this round. There was just enough money for Vitality to get a buy through here. Very light on the nades, favoring the firepower, but they do have an AWP on ZywOo. So once again, out in yard, but nobody there. Completely ignoring, at least at the beginning of this half, Heroic are completely ignoring the silo and focusing on this, this nade wall out here.
Not too much damage. Apex with some sound cues. Well, that's a difficult start for Heroic. Got to be careful about responding as well through the smoke again. They're so close to it that it's likely he gets another kill. The bomb's dropped in no man's land. That really shuts this round down. Vitality with a great chance to build, and they need these numbers up, Vitality. Need to avoid taking too much damage here. Even in this 5v2 situation, you can see the lack of currency in their coffers. So, you know, wondering about the ramp.
No loss bonus for Heroic. This would be very painful to lose. They don't have much money.
Cadian's been holding that angle at Squeaky for a while now. Really hard to see through the dirt kicked up by a HE grenade when you're posting up like that.
Yeah, he's already backing off to save the op. Yeah, I think both of these players are going to try and posture up to save these guns so that they have some firepower in the next round. A couple of them can't afford it. Unfortunately, Cadian is one, but hey, if he survives this and he has a smoke, he can just drop an AK dry to a teammate. They can actually get a pretty decent buy if both of them survive this. So all eyes on Shush now. I think Cadian's going to be fine. It's on Shush and whether or not he gets discovered in the next 20 seconds. But this would be a big deal if they can save. This is weird. You know, Heroic, I feel like a lot of these rounds have just been kind of like timeouts. It's been like weird rounds where Heroic themselves are the ones who are kind of trying to trade or change on the fly here. Yeah,
Vitality seems to be pushing to try and take their weapons away, but they need the money more than the T's, in my opinion. So I think they should be focusing on their own economy there. You can see Masuta immediately needs a drop. I feel like that's just a waste of cash. But if they feel the AWP is there, then fair enough. But I guess it's risk reward. There's no one correct way to do things. But I think that you know, they lose one round.
That's just an unfortunate round.
Reset.
Gambling that nobody's holding close to the smoke wall. Nobody's going to hear those footsteps. Unfortunately, Apex in the perfect spot. And if you're stepping like that, you're going to get punished. So well done there by Vitality, adjusting and managing to get that punish in there. Apex and ZywOo holding aggro outside of the yard, though. Let's say hold the push, and Apex with the headshot on refresh. Look at the follow-up. They're never going to expect ZywOo holding here, but ZywOo again missing a shot.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to hold on the left side or the right. Now, this will slow down Heroic as well. He might, Apex just with the wild swing.
Wow.
Maybe not expecting that particular peak. He's lucky to get away with that. Very unexpected, just came out of nowhere. Heroic now very light on utility as well. They've got to force an entry with the numbers, really. Got to go for a swing, which may cost them a man. Even if they go 1-for-1, we get a 4v3 for Vitality. That's going to be a tough spot for Heroic unless they get on the bomb site with that trade. B bomb site, for example. If they can get a plant and have 3 players alive, then maybe there's a chance for them. Vitality won't make it easy. This is a tough spot, though, for Shox. Pick the right time to peek. There we go, 4 versus 3, and they've got to get onto this bomb site, and it may be very costly for them to do so. Shox stands and fights, and they've got some of the bomb site, but as we can see, there are 2 players on the high ground now. Tessa's going to plant the bomb for main. Shush has got so many angles to try and cover, but this is a strong one. Only a flash for Vitality on this retake now after the grenades they just dumped. Apex's lurk will be very important. This is an awkward position for Vitality, 2 in heaven. Not easy to just emerge from here. Saru going to start off the proceedings, make space for Masuta to land the kill. 1 versus 3, made 2 now for Tesses, making it awkward, running out of bullets with the AK-47 down to the Glock, and Saru's got the angle. The round goes for Vitality.
Excellent recovery here from Vitality, and Shoxy once again the hero on this upper site with those 2 kills. I mean, that made all of the difference. If he does not find that second kill on Katie, and I think the round again slips away from Vitality, but again, Shoxy just showing he is so good at having the impact kills. And on this upper side, Heroic are experiencing difficulties, and I think it's in large part due to Shoxy and his Heroics. Every time they push there, he's getting 2 kills, and that's just saving Vitality on this defense. So Heroic now, they got the bomb plant, and so they're going to go for just some pistols, nades, and Kevlar saving up for the next round, but still a threat in this one. And here we go, change of pace, out onto the upper site. Kyojin going to get tested here in a moment.
Yeah, they mentioned a flashbang, but it might not matter to them. The bomb has got to be rescued from close to main, and maybe that's giving Masuta half a chance to stop a bomb plant from happening at all. Seen a bomb on our radar now, nice snap onto Tesses, and the numbers are dwindling. This was still a dangerous round. Again, Vitality haven't quite secured their economy just yet. So all these kills matter for Heroic. Stound's made his way down. Now he's in a potential flanking position, but I'm sure somebody will think about the possibility of him being down here. We shall see.
Shox and Apex are already covering those angles. There shouldn't be a way for him to get in here. Yeah, you can see Apex is ready for it. So, Stound, just, you know, enjoying himself. He's out for a stroll, getting a bit of that sunlight. Vitamin D, it's important. We got to get a little bit of that. There's no way. Misuta's got upper as well. They've got enough guys on the upper side right now where Stound's got no way in.
Hey, Masuta could get 1 shot if he's fast enough.
Just kind of sucks for Kyojin. Dude got tested, and again, he's having a rough time on this upper site, having an impact. So hopefully we'll see him get, you know, a little bit more comfortable with time here.
There you go.
Oh, what a shot.
20 seconds now, puts the smoke up to look over. Oh, that one was getting fun, got some extra damage out of it.
Dude, the smoke canceled out that molly? What is that?
Yeah, it goes high enough. I like it.
That's wild. All right, this was the hold against Shoxy. There to be the hero. But let's see it. Yeah, click. Just get rid of him. Done.
Best gun in the game. $300, get 1 kill, $300. Pays for itself.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly balanced. Beautiful. Well then, both teams on the buy once again, but Caden's gone from the AWP to the MAC-10 in this particular round. See if he can make his way downstairs, or if he'll just wide swing somewhere to create space for his team. Perhaps he will die for the cause. Perhaps they all will. It's almost been the case in recent rounds. Lots of saving to be done in Heroic, for Heroic, in these buy rounds. So maybe this one can be different. They've kept 4 smoke grenades in the hole and plenty of flashbangs, so their options are available to them. Vitality still with 3 incendiaries is impressive. Not dumping too many grenades just yet. We see the wall of smoke now, but Apex is already in position.
What's really fun is to see this change of pace from Masuta and how impactful he's been in these rounds. In these past couple of series for Vitality, we got to have Apex on for an interview in the blind spot. He was talking about how they were just trying to get his confidence up, letting him play. Already the 1-for-1 trade here at ramp, and so a bit of pressure. Heroic looking like they're going to get access to this lower site, but there are 2 players ready here for Vitality already.
Big headshot from Tesses, 11 HP. May just be enough. Shox on the bottom In the meantime, the shooter's dropped off. Oh god, a tracing there. It just seemed a little delayed. Maybe looking at the minimap or something.
All right, back to my anecdote. Apex was saying essentially that Misuda was worried himself about his performance and that he was worried about letting the team down. And so the main point for Vitality was to just get him to accept, you know, mistakes will happen. That's fine. We're not holding you personally accountable. Like, just get out there and frag. Like, have a good time. Really trying to focus on the team spirit right now. Apex has been with Xtaz. And I think we're seeing that the results pay off now, or like that investment, right, pay off for Vitality, because Misuda, he's just been murdering people for Vitality in the past couple of series. He's been the standout player, topping the scoreboard.
I think that's one of the worst places a professional player's headspace can be, is like self-conscious about your own performance.
Right.
Because the more you think about it, the worse it's going to become, because you're thinking about that rather than focusing on the actual game and what you're supposed to be.
Wow.
Got this clutter in your mind.
He has been doing a fantastic, well, in particular against the FPX. 1.13, 1.24, 1.35 on Vertigo against FPX. I mean, dude, we casted that game, and yeah, Misuda was popping off. Now, it's good to see, though, the reminder here, and to see it continuing here on Nuke. So, will we see the resurgence here of Misuda? Been a lot of red in the column for him in the past few months. To see him, you know, start to kick it off strong here, that would be fantastic.
Tesses, oh, Apex so close to dead, but he's still alive for now, but not for long. Tesses will go back and clean him up. Shocks now. He's got, hold on a second. I guess he didn't see Kaden on the radar, and there's a player above him as well. This is becoming very strange indeed. Looking for the multi-frag. There's Kaden, Tesses still up top, and there will be a trade, but he's taking the AWP away for now, and he has information for his team. But how good is that if you will die on the push into lobby? Kyojin now 1 versus 3. Risks must be taken. We can see Shush holding angles now as well. Not quite ready for it, and the score will be tied, but the money is broken for Vitality. Yes,
this is worst case scenario now for Vitality. Money is just in the dumpster. You're going to get two rounds of loss bonus and just hard eco this round, essentially. I think it's going to be the name of the game here for Vitality. But the issue is that is going to let Heroic take the lead, and you can see the clear frustration here for Apex. I mean, not a round that is easy to call, especially in this day and age, where you just always want to be spending money in CSGO to take a full eco, essentially. Couple of deagles picked up. It's not something we see every day. It's not something we see too often these days.
Apex with an information play. See what Vitality do with the remainder of their troops. The Yusps and the Deegs. Crikey, Kyojin's having a nightmare of a CT side so far. 1 for 6.
Yeah, that's eesh. He's been really struggling. And you know that they're trying to get him, they're definitely going to be trying to get him into his comfort zone as well. But Nuke, I mean, it's the reason why it's also a punish pick. I mean, not only have Heroic felt really good on it, but you know that Kyojin's kind of struggling to find his place on that A site, replacing RPK. And it's just too good for Heroic to resist. Of course, you just go and bully that guy. This is competition. You're not going to let him, like, ease into it. No, you're going to just keep smashing him. Don't give him a chance.
50 seconds remain, and Heroic is still offering Vitality some rope. And there, the rope is taken. 5 versus 2 now, and they can more comfortably move into a bomb site, although the remainder are the heavy hitters. The Desert Eagles are out. Cadian lurking with the AWP. Moving into a position in case Vitality head for a save, I suppose.
Dude, Tessus is so nuts. I'm just, this is a save situation, so I'm just kind of going over some weird stats right now.
Oh, this is interesting. No, they're not going to
He's top fragging with 12 kills. He's got a 66% headshot rating, but he still has 6 effective flashes. So, like, the dude is killing everybody, but also setting his teammates up for success as well at the same time with these flashes. So I love it. He's just doing it all. See, that's the point, James. He's just doing it all, There's no excuse, for everybody who's like, oh, I can't be asked to flash. I'm just going to shoot people. It's like, yeah, you can shoot people and flash.
Guess Cadian saw Kyojin.
Goodbye, Kyojin. Oh, Cadian, yeah.
He wants the knife. Dude. He wants it.
He was thinking about it, and then he's like, I'm not going to make it in time. Can't give him the chance.
3 rounds in a row will put Heroic in the lead as we head to the dying rounds of the first half. There will be a bye once again for Vitality. The French gun is out on Kyojin. The FAMAS. See if he can double his score. Reasonable level of grenades, no AWP. Well, then let's see what Heroic have to offer. There'll be the usual grenades into the A bomb site at the very least. HE off, hold on a second, they're going straight in as well. Good combo of flashbang from Cadian, and the trades will favor Heroic. 3 versus 2 as they try to take control of the main position. Apex standing in the flames, and that's going to be very costly. Down to 1 HP. Lucky to be alive. There's another molly where that came from as well, though it may go the way of heaven where Masuta is. $500 left for Masuta and Apex, so this one is not going to be an easy one.
I think this one is donezo, my dude. I don't think you retake this, and the money is not good going into the next round. For Vitality, holding onto 2 rifles would be a good thing, but at some point you have to make a play. It's still a 2v3 and the bomb is yet to get planted, and so when that bomb plant happens, it turns it into a 2-on-2. Apex, what a flank. Cadian right around the corner though, and Cadian has no idea that he's low, doesn't matter, gonna hit the shot for it into a 1-on-2. And there's still a chance here for Masuta because again, if the bomb gets planted, as the bomb gets planted, it's a 1-on-1.
Oh, respect to go back up the vent again. Baited
Duped.
the rotation. Great awareness from Heroic. And that leaves Masuta on an island for now. No defuse kit either. Again, this was a round where they didn't have perfect money, so there may be no defuse kit on the map. I do not recall.
It's an agonizing round here for Vitality. What a flash, though, from Cadian, just catching up everybody on that A defense. He got 2 flash assists that round, so that's just the money flash that opens everything up. Kyojin manages to get 1 kill, I think, doesn't he? No, never mind, I lied. Oh.
The timing of the flashes is really good as well, just as his teammates are coming out of the hut. Doesn't flash them, but you've got to fight and be blind at the same time, which makes it so difficult for Vitality.
Indeed. And well, now, yeah. It is going to be another round on the board here for Heroic, and they are setting themselves up for victory in this first half. Highly likely now that they pull a 9-6 because they have so much money on Heroic side. Everybody's going to be full bot, drop deagles, do everything, just get everything up. Whereas Vitality, it's just going to be a mix of hodgepodge, MP9s, FAMASs, so you can afford some grenades. Does anybody have a kit? Zywoo has a kit. But yeah, it's a bit touch and go here for Vitality.
All things considered, this is a reasonable buy for the CT side. We'll see if there's a 7th round for the French. It's just creeping around a trophy room. Nobody's got time for the awards though, as there is action from the ramp. Can spray through that wall in both directions, by the way.
Oh my.
Initial engagement still.
Sorry?
I'm just saying initial engagements. The skirmishes at the beginning of the round.
Testing the defense.
The starters. Perhaps now it's time for the main course. There are 3 flashes for Vitality. That is about it. I do wonder if we're going to see, well, I was going to say an A execute, but ramp will be taken at the very least. There are 3 mollies for Heroic. Just forcing Vitality away. They're just compromising map control. There's just shy of a minute on the clock, and Vitality may be looking to make a play here. They can't just be passive in this situation with the flurry of kills from Vitality. Suddenly give them a 4 versus 2. Again, catching Heroic off guard later. They just weren't expecting them to walk back up the ramp. You never see that.
Yep, you never see that. What a master call coming in from Apex. Executing that, that is ridiculous. And now he's down on the lower site. He's going to anchor this. Just needs to play it safe. Needs to play it quiet. The element of surprise is what's important here for Apex. If he peeks out and dies, that's it. It's done. And so, yeah, he's elected to just hold and let them walk into his crosshair. Impeccable stuff from the in-game leader. And now it's Cadian, 1v4 clutch. Possible? No, sir. Apex with the final kill, 8-7 at the end of the half.
Well, it's close to half-time, but will it stay that way? We will find out after the break. side for on the CT side for Vitality, will that be enough? Is my question up against a very tough opponent in Heroic. What do you think, Zemla?
I think that Vitality have actually managed to fight back in the last 2 rounds. I was convinced that this was going to be a 9-6 finish for Heroic, and yet here we have it. Vitality doing the best they could. And even with Kyojin, I mean, if Kyojin wakes up even a little bit here, life is going to get really interesting for Heroic. So I think it bodes well. We've got a good match, a good start to this series on our hands here. And I know that you're hoping for that because you obviously bet on Vitality.
Absolutely. Well, in they go. Space created. Shush, though, will slam these boys down to the floor. In trouble now as he runs out of bullets, and suddenly there's a man advantage for Vitality. We see Cadian creeping through the smoke. Now in a 1 versus 3. Stop the bomb plant. He's got a chance now, especially when that smoke is up, to try and isolate a fight. See Shox running past the angle. He goes around the corner now. Got himself a 1 versus 2, but he's low on the bullets there. 4 bullets, takes one in the face. Still alive, Shox on a reload, and down he goes.
I love Cadian so much. What a play. That was so sick. Freaking reads it, takes that shot, and he knows the guy's going to peek from sight. If he had hit that headshot, James, that would have been such a baller retake. All right, well, we had to settle with Vitality winning. Fine, fair enough. You guys won. But that would have been such a god-tier play, dude. He was in their heads so hard there.
Vitality have won both pistols now. Of course, they got reset in the first half. We'll see if the same happens in the second. There is a force buy here from Heroic. Cadian has left AWP money in the hole, but apart from that, it is a full investment from the Danish side. Shox down secret in record time. Cadian, the angle he's holding, funnily enough, I first saw Shox doing. Just holding a pixel angle with a smoke in your hands. So we'll see if Shox has a response to it, if he goes further. But for now, things will slow down. Maybe allowing Heroic to wander as Shox jumping past the angle. Cadian holding on to it for now. Just getting that, squeezing out that extra second or two from that smoke.
It's funny that it's Shoxy as well that sees him doing that. So he's like, haha, I know what you're doing. Fair enough, we'll get that smoke out of the way. But 3 ready to push into lobby here. This is big for Heroic. First one there, spacing. Very nicely done by Refresh. Nice trade. That is the lurk out of the picture. Kyojin dead, but he manages to get a kill. Effectively, he has tripled his scoreline. James, he's
Boom.
at 3.
Quick maths.
Super solid.
Don't need an abacus for that one.
Just one hand. Success.
35 seconds for Vitality to collapse on a bomb site. They have the high ground towards Zane. We can see Heroic are closing in on each other. So there will be a fight. That is quite the smoke grenade, and Vitality now have to put the smoke and try and plant the bomb. An empty force by Shox has just jumped to his doom, and that is a really rough way to lose a round. That looks horrible.
That looked so brutal. Cadian with the body shots, just dropping them. Shoxy, I admire it. He managed to get out, but
you know, in that
so
smoke land, they're going to be thinking, "Phew."
Exactly. That's pretty much exactly what's going through their mind at that point. You're just so screwed.
I'm not sure what they were waiting for.
The element of surprise.
That's disastrous. They've been reset in both pistols. I feel like they made it kind of easy in that one. That smoke was a GG, man.
You know what? We still need Alan to go ahead and check and see for us the statistics. Total statistics for the tournament. I expect to see that in between matches here, Alan. But Vitality, at the beginning of this tournament, it was a 40% conversion rate after winning the pistol, just losing. So I'm curious to see if this holds true. If it's still 40% or if that number has gone up or down.
I really wonder about that.
It's freaking nuts.
I want to know what the guys on the desk have to say.
That's a crazy
Girls
stat.
and the guys on the
It's
desk.
a crazy stat. Because then, what good are pistols?
I mean, just what we saw, like, just there. I kind of want to watch that round again. Because I don't think I've ever seen that. I've never seen basically the whole team in heaven running their own clock down, only to be smoked off and have to run into the bomb site from heaven through a smoke and then just die, including a crater from Shox as well. Oh, that one's got to be... That's got to just put you off your game a little bit, I feel like.
Yeah, but you know what else is going to put you off your game? Shoxy doming you with a 1-dig.
Oh, so you want to say diarrhea, something like that.
Well, he got the body shot. He got the body shot. It was close. So Shoes definitely not getting put off his game. Shoes. 10 to 8. 10 to 8, and Heroic looking really stable here on the CT side. And now, well, it's Vitality, like you said. They went for the force buy that round. They don't get a bomb plant. This is going to have to be a hard eco here from Vitality. Nothing but Glocks, I expect.
I'm disappointed.
You are.
In that second round, I picked them. So did Launders. It was weird. I think it's the second game where we've both picked, like, the other team should win.
Sure.
But I'm going to pick this team.
Okay.
And I think it's a stylistic thing. I don't know. I feel like in Vitality's recent performance, it looked to me as though they felt strong in what they were doing. Oh, Jesus, Cyru. Okay. He swarmed, and that is to... I could see him, like, heating up there. But again, they felt strong in their last game, and that was part of why I picked them to win here. I feel like sometimes they'll win, and maybe this is one of those times. And maybe it still is, but they need to recover from that round because, again, I just don't know how you play to the best of your ability when you lose a round like that. It's just so ridiculous. But anyway, here they are. They've got a 5 AK-47s now, Vitality. There's an AWP for Cadian. Cadian 11-11. Zyru by the fire extinguisher.
Freaking FPX. Losing to Vitality. Enough on that. FPX actually playing against Complexity, if you are a fan of either of those teams. That is going on live right now on the B stream. Oh,
interesting.
What is going on here? Cadian's freaking out. They're all around him, and he knows there's a second man right in front. Can he find him? Shoxy in the smoke, getting clever. Very nicely done by Shoxy. That is a fantastic way to cut him off.
Oh my God, awkward. Tries to escape the angle and just jumps into a wall, but the cavalry is on the way, it seems. Oh, Cadian. That one was a sit-up.
Yeah, but Refresh hears the footsteps of his teammates, so Refresh is going to be in position to wreck him.
God, this is very back and forth indeed, but Vitality have position on the A-bomb site now. They've got high ground advantage.
Oh, Refresh was downstairs. He just heard the footsteps.
Well then, Heroic. This is, I don't know that they go for this.
No, this is a, unless they can get a kill immediately here, this is pretty much done and dusted. So Vitality in the first buy round, they managed to come up with the goods, and that was also from some very quick thinking on Shoxy's part, trading places in the smoke immediately like that. He dodges Cadian, he doesn't get killed. He actually gets a kill out of that. I mean, what a play from Shoxy, just staying alive, did so much, gave his team so much to work with. It's the resources that Heroic had to divert to actually just eventually get the kill on him, opened up the rest of the bomb site. So Vitality manages to, at least in their first buy round, turn it around here. 9-11, putting the pressure back on the Danes. Heroic with the money, though, they're going to be able to full buy, no problem at all.
Question now is if Vitality can string that second round together and really have an impact on that Heroic economy, because that has to be the main target now, break the money. Their mind's broken in that second round and a half, but they could put it behind them now. They are having success once again. Kyojin still 4 for 12, looking to make a larger impact in this game. You see the Squeaky's being blown off, nothing untoward there. Be an exchange of flames as there are T's closing in on this main position. Apex makes his way in now, traded by Shush on the high ground, and Cadian will put Heroic to the advantage. The trades continue in favor of Heroic. Now Kyojin 1 versus 3, plenty of time for him. That grenade, though, is absolutely perfect. Puts himself towards blue. Be the headshot from Cadian, because why not? 12-9 for Heroic.
How many times is Cadian going to get the drop on Kyojin like that? Every time he's just catching Kyojin looking the wrong way. That's going to get demoralizing for Kyojin eventually, as Kyojin has only got 5 kills on this map so far. To be fair, Stavin on the other side has only got 8. So I mean, it is a bit of a trade situation where it kind of balances out on both sides. The only thing is that Heroic are the ones who are in the head who are ahead right now, and in their heads as well, maybe 12-9. And Heroic stabilizing absolutely. That money nade outside. Zywo and Shoxy getting pummeled. This sets it up for Stavin to mow him down. He's going to get another kill. Zywo hanging on by a thread.
On the way down he goes. Well, this is one's getting a little spicy now. Fast-moving round of Nuke. So trying to show as much presence as possible. It's very important smoke for Tessa to go through either side of it, and that will help them trade. It's another rifle planted now. Apex with the bomb. That's a key frag for Heroic. Down towards Squeaky. Love the flashbang to swing at the same time.
They finally get ramp and the bomb is back in lobby? That's a disaster. What do you do if you're Vitality now?
Well, they have time, but it is going to be a long road back to that bomb. Apex last seen at Squeaky makes his way towards the lobby. Ooh, Zywoo moonwalking to his doom, which leaves Kyojin now. With 40 seconds to convert this. I think the footstep was heard there.
One thing to be said is that Kyojin now doesn't have to worry about his teammates. Can't just focus on that nutty angle.
Ooh.
Too many angles, though.
Such an awkward spot there. Really well done.
Yeah. Very solid. That puts Heroic in control of the situation now. 13-9. Vitality without the money to buy. Again, we should get Deagles and Kevlar out of Vitality this round. Or at least a Deagle on Zywoo. I mean, Kyojin. Shoxy has a little bit of money. Maybe he's saving it so that he gets that ape. No, okay, there we go. They are going to invest a little bit in this round.
Well, the CT scoreboard is looking like standard Heroic stuff almost every round.
Oh, man.
Another chunky HE. You got to start paying attention to these HEs from Heroic because they're doing serious damage. Incendiary dropped on the ramp itself. Shush has got a multi-frag situation here. We'll see if he chooses to fall back. Cadian swing and a miss from him. You don't want to lose both these weapons, and this is becoming awkward now for Cadian. He has dropped the bomb, and he delivers both frags. Look at the confidence from the man as well. Got to be careful about this angle, however. Got a bit too deep there. And now Shox has an AWP 1 versus 2. Wouldn't put it past him. Just needs to be in the right place at the right time to some degree.
And he's got the bomb. So he's got control of that, doesn't need to worry. And Shoxy he is so wise.
Oh, but which way does Storm go? He's going around the back. Oh, man. Standard play from Shox goes as wide as possible, not to get flanked, but just around the box was enough for Storm there. And once more, it's a round 4 Heroic. 3 rounds either side of the one from Vitality. Katie's having a great time.
We got a tech timeout getting called, and apparently Apex's cam fell down. Could you fix it, please, is what the admin is asking. So I'm assuming that Apex smashed his desk at some point in that round.
Earthquake.
Earthquake happened.
See if there's a butterfly missing from the door now.
The frustration might be mounting, but it looks like we are ready to go. And countdown should begin again once we're good. Plenty of money to buy here for Vitality, though, so this is it. Backs to the wall, time to win. If you're Vitality, you have to get it done here. This is Heroic's map pick. It's worth mentioning. Overpass, Vitality's map pick, and Inferno, a third map decider if we need it. But a full buy for Vitality. Everything they need. Time for an upper rush. Let's just go. Set it up. Oh, Zywoo and Mizuta, though. At least early, we're looking like they wanted to take a peek towards ramp. We will get the smoke thrown in by Tessa, though.
Oh, that connection. They know he's there.
How does he survive?
So that is the million-dollar question. How does he escape that position? You can see he's down by T-Red. Angles being held as well. Now, if a connection is made with this AWP, then I think they're going to stop focusing on Stown, but Shox has got the angles. It's a good start for Vitality. But again, it is about how you finish, and let's not forget that second. I can't get that second round out of my mind. And so it's one of only. Oh, never mind that. We've got an entry onto the ramp as well. Well, there is progress to be made here for Vitality, and it's getting expensive for Heroic, which is really important for the comeback. Vitality are only 5 rounds behind, and yes, these rounds have been very tough indeed. But if they could just take the money away, then they could potentially catch up very quickly, or run into a smoke heaven in heaven again. We shall see, but first they have to win this round. And again, based on the money situation, Heroic may opt for the save here so they can have a buy in the next round.
I think that would be the wise decision. If they can get out of here and save these guns, then you got a good buy going into the next one. If you lose any of these guns, though, if you're Heroic, it gets a little dicey. But those are some just beautiful shots coming in from Vitality. The lurk out in yard, easy peasy. But Misuda, that shot on ramp was not easy, and yet he just smashed Tessa. So very nicely done there. And this is going to be tough for Cadian. It's going to be very hard for him to survive this now. Nice shot. Oh, he gets another one. This might be getting a little bit too expensive for Vitality. Yep, they're like, okay, you can hold on to the op, fine. Fair enough. So be it.
Well then, 1 round at a time for Vitality. They are 4 behind at the moment. Again, they have not been able to string around together. They win 1, Heroic win 3. That has been the run on this CT side for Heroic. And if that happens again, then the map is over.
What a shot, though, from Misuda. Small gap, and yet he just gets the headshot perfectly there. Well, full buy again here for both teams, so this is it. Again here, big opportunity. Vitality going to go ahead and challenge. They are putting themselves in position to pounce if any of these anti-rush nades get skipped by Heroic. Zaiwu always there, right at the beginning. So if these nades get skipped, there's a timing for them to exploit. But now as the smoke is affixing to clear, yep, we're going to get these peaks coming through. A little bit of a challenge. Misuda's thinking about it. 2 players here for Heroic, however. They see this coming.
Heading towards the minutes mark. I can see refresh towards Secret. A lot of Molotovs for Vitality. Lining up some grenades for the outside. But surely they don't head outside at this point. There'll be some presence shown though, but Refresh will easily avoid the flashbang. And Heroic may read an A play here. They still have 2 plays on the ramp, however. 44 seconds. That may feel like a lot of time left. You can see Shock's very close to main now. Not sure if he's got the sound cues of Refresh going downstairs.
He heard.
Yeah, definitely has now. Stown knows that he has issues, got 2 places to look, and it's going to be a ramp push at 28 seconds. Shush gets deleted. Tessa's here as well. That Molotov is really going to shut things down now for Vitality. A flashbang to change positions. Stown looking the wrong way, and there's an entry for Shocks. A chance for Vitality. 18 seconds to plant this bomb. Cadian blind on the side, and there's another man advantage for Vitality. Refresh popping out, looking for a transfer. Noble effort now. Tessa does what he can. Down to 10 seconds, and Vitality with a plan B after a failed attempt towards the ramp. Finish on the A bomb site with eliminations. That was a scary one.
What feels like a plan C, a plan D. It just feels like these guys, they get that death ball to work so that they get the kill here at ramp, and instead of committing through, if the incendiary isn't there, they go through ramp, I think, and it actually goes towards that lower site. But because the incendiary is there, they're like, cool, okay, just peel back towards the upper site, play off that flank from Shoxy, and it works out wonderfully for Vitality. So very quick thinking there from Vitality, but you expect that with leaders like Apex and Shoxy on the team. So much veteran experience there. Snap decisions should come easily to players of that caliber rather. And so Vitality, that was a must-win round, and they got the job done.
How about that? I like the pop flash that we saw. Some tagging being attempted as Heroic start to move back into safer positions. Oh, that's a nasty burst from Tesses. Maybe these frags are enough. 5 versus 3 for Vitality. 3 Deagles prevail, and they're being proactive. Looks like a lobby invasion from Heroic. Stown showing some presence in the meantime. Well, that's been eliminated, but which bomb site are you headed to? That was at the back of Stown, so he hasn't seen the bomb. Shock's showing presence, but that's just one of 3 players. And now rifles have been collected by Heroic, and this becomes a lot more difficult for Vitality. Kyojin makes his way in. We'll see if Apex throws the bomb and stays on the high ground. Looks like he will. Oh, he commits as well, in fact. That means that Heroic can make their way towards heaven. This is interesting. I thought he may have kept the high ground there and thrown a bomb over, but that's been conceded. There's no Molotov for them either. Shock's looking for a rotation from Secret. Spots 1, spots 2. It's good information play from Shocks. Not outstaying his welcome. Cadian still lurking with the AWP. There's a first entry into the site. Moving now is Refresh. Down he goes. Kyojin looking for all these targets, but just tapping everywhere and not quite finding what he wants. Heroic come from heaven, and it will be game point.
On an eco round, James. Or a semi-save.
They're just stronger.
Weird round. Deagles, AWP, Tessus with a triple kill, holding down the ramp. What a play from him, making up for the past couple of rounds where he got bopped. This time around, he manages to get it done, and Vitality, you have such nice buy rounds, and yet here it doesn't actually come together for Vitality at all. So frustrating. What a frustrating outcome here for Vitality. And so they have to play perfectly from here on out. 4 rounds in a row. They need to force this to overtime. Otherwise, Heroic are going to take the first map. And
Yes.
okay, straight out to ramp. Feels like they think this is the weakness. This is the place to go. First shot coming in from Cadian.
He's got help from Tesses as well, so as they try to close in on Cadian, he will make himself known, and that is the crucial factor there. They've got a bomb as well, and all of a sudden, well, before I can even finish my sentence, the round is done. 16-11 for Heroic.